Yo, welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you for joining us for episode 53 of What ManDem Saying. Big up to ManDem. I know it seems like we had a little different timing issue. As you can see, me and man, our production team needs to get fired often because they don't listen. But big up to you guys who are already here waiting. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hit the like button. You know what I mean? Subscribe. And of course, share with the fam, friends. You know what I mean? Help us out. Let's get to 400. Is it 400? No, 500. Let's get to 500 before the end of the month, man. Big up to ManDem. Hit the like button while you're walking in. We're going to have a whole bunch of discussion about what's going on in the football verse, especially on Liverpool's side. And of course, we'll talk about other teams, what they're doing. Because, we are the champ. They're going to challenge us. We're going to see what ManDem wants to do. They won the trophy. They want a piece of this. But we want to keep ours. So we will take a peek at what other people are doing. We will banter some clubs who are doing basically being shit. You know what I mean? That's all we do. We got Abdul is in the building. What going on, man? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Glad you're in the building, man. Hit the like button. Yeah, so like I said, we gonna have a conversation about other clubs too. Maybe banter them. But we are champs, so we shouldn't be looking too low. We might get vertigo. Fuzzy is in the building. My brother, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. As always, if you have time, man, just give me the thumbs up. I'll send you the link. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Big up to ManDem. We are holiday, brother. Bro, now I know why this team is not taking anything seriously, man. We won 90 points. These brothers are in Dubai. I promise you, I don't even think Salah, Virgil, and them players are going to be here in time to play Brighton. I mean, looking at what's the name, Szoboszlai's hair tells me this brother is not going to be here on time to get his hair straight to be able to go to Brighton. It's crazy, man. In the middle of the season, but I see what they're doing, though. I mean, at the end of the season, everybody go their separate way. So before that happens, they want to do something nice for the players and at least one bonding. It's a bonding. It's a bonding trip. Get them to recognize who they are. It's a good tactic. I mean, big companies, huge companies do that, right? Eventually, everybody will go their separate ways, and when they come back, they're back for business. There's no time for them to do whatever they want to do. So I see what they're doing. DNS take games seriously. Man, I wanted that 90 points so bad. This man, them like, we're going to Dubai. I'm telling you, they're not going to play. I will bet none of the senior players are going to going to Amex to play Brighton because they guys are chilling. You know what I mean? Slot is in Ibiza. He's out here being the MC. I didn't know Slot had got that kind of groove. He said season is over. Season been over since February. Let's be honest. Season been over since February, man. These brothers are not. They are not here. They were like, especially after Champions League, they were like, wow, we on vacation. Ain't nobody catching us. But I like what they're doing. This is a bonding time. It's a bonding time for them. You know, it's just for each other to appreciate the hard work they put in over the season. It wasn't easy, but they made it look easy, but it wasn't easy. So it's I see what the the club is doing. I like it. I like it. You know, they need to have fun. Come on, they put all this work for what? That's exactly what they need to do because, like I said, after the season, everybody's gonna go their own route. You know, which they also need. They all need to go on their own while go do their own things, and then come back to business. What rivals saying? Rival banter is LFC should get some points on board. Hey, listen, we got what 6 points, right? We got 6 points left, so we can still hit that 90 point. But watching ManDem in Dubai, enjoying the sun. We'll see if they'll be back on time. I mean, what the game is on? Is it Saturday or Sunday? Let's see. When do we play next? On a Monday. Oh, so they got time. They got time. Yeah, they got time. They will show up probably. They'll be back in training maybe tomorrow. You know what I mean? Tomorrow they got what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days to recuperate. Yeah, they left right after Arsenal, right? So they have like a 3 days vacation. They need it. They need it. I ain't mad at all. I ain't mad at all. Yeah, Monday is our next match. So I ain't mad at them at all for enjoying themselves. It is what it is. It will be 69 points if we win. But wait, no. And we at oh yeah, we are 83. Oh yeah, you're right. Why did I think? See, after the first half against Arsenal, I don't think I didn't care about anything else. I was calculating because we won with 82. We lost to Chelsea. We tied with Arsenal, so it's 83. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Big up to ManDem. 89 points. Yes. You say they deserve it, though. Nah, they do. I ain't mad at them. Let them enjoy, man. Let them enjoy. They did the most important thing, and that was to lift the trophy. And I'm just hoping they don't come back drunk. Robo, I'm watching you. ManDem. Yeah, the thing is, we have to appreciate them, man. We have to appreciate big up, Irishman. Football is in the building. Big up to you, my brother. Good to see you. He said it's cool. We lost the league with 97 points. Yeah. Big up, Craig. Craig is in the building. Now you're right. We lost it with 97 and 93. I mean, let them relax. Right now, I think the most important thing right now is, and of course, some of these players are not going to be here next year. Let's be honest. So let them having a good time for the last minute before everybody leaves. It's I think the reason why, because if they wait till after the season, a lot of players going to be like, I'm not going to be here. So why am I waiting for? You know what I mean? So I see why they did it early. And we don't play till what, Monday? So it's let them party, man. I ain't tripping. I don't. First of all, if any rival fan try to say anything, I'll be like, why are you speaking to me? Why are you chatting to me when I'm royalty? Who told you? Who gave you the audacity? Who gave you the permission to come speak to me? You know what I mean? He said, Irish, if this was a club team, nobody would care about points total. Slot can win with all these fans, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. A lot of Liverpool fans are upset that Slot won the league. I'm going to be telling you this for free right now. And you're going to be like, I'm chatting nonsense. I'm telling you right now, a lot of Liverpool fans are upset that Slot came in and won the league. Let me double back. Let me double back so you could hear me. A lot of Liverpool fans are upset that Slot won the league. You'll be like, Kwesi, why are you saying that kind of foolishness? Well, everybody, especially the hardcore FSG out, the people who say FSG out without context, they just say FSG out, anti-American ownership. They just listen to what other fan bases are doing, especially i.e. Arsenal fans, right? You saw what AFTV used to do back in the day. Manchester United fans who always have the Norwich scarf on. They just want their owners out just because it's fun to talk about. You know, that they wake up every day, man, just want to talk about something, right? Them men, a lot of them are very hardcore club supporters. And the fact that when they all had in their mindset that if when the day club leaves, Liverpool's gonna fall and the owners are gonna be in trouble, and then full force, yeah, FSG out, let's fly a banner on top of Anfield. You know, it will be very, very toxic. And that's all they wanted to talk about, because in their mindset, they thought Klopp was the one who was saving FSG. And they didn't even know that both of them were working together. So ManDem, those type of people are really, really upset that Liverpool is winning, because now it kicks their agenda out of the way, right? It kicks their agenda out of the way. So Liverpool winning is not good for certain ManDem business. And I'm not even talking about rival fans. I'm talking about some Liverpool fans. Somebody's asking, how do you know? Because I was on the thread where a Liverpool fan, every time we win, gets upset. Let me tell you what he said. He said, oh, let's see if he can win with his own players. ManDem who are on that thread will probably remember that. This ManDem, and he's a big-time Liverpool content creator that some of you guys know. Some of you guys actually have brought him into your channel. I see my Belgian Red family is in the building. This man said, let's see what Slot can do with his own players. I don't want to mention names, but I'm just saying, remember, there was a ManDem where that was not happy when Slot came in. I know who you guys remember. There was a ManDem who did not want Slot to be in. So I'm just saying, not all Liverpool fans are happy that we won because it kicks out their agenda. That's all I'm saying. So whether Slot win with 100 points or 79 points, ManDem are going to still be upset that he didn't get the highest point than Klopp. You know, the Klopp sexual player fans. But at the end of the day, I'm happy we lift the trophy. Let them go on Dubai. Let them go to Ibiza. Let them go party and enjoy themselves as much as they can, because when he comes back, Mr. Slot, we got business to do. But let me shout out some. We got some royalty in the building. We got some royalty in the building and nothing to play for, bro. We won't break any records. So what's the point? I will prefer them to go on vacation after the end of the Prem season just to give professional preference in the 2 games. True. Let the kids play, actually. He said, Fast Kwesi, they are rather moan about things instead of miserable. I'm saying, Red Armchair, big up yourself, man. But they will spend. Don't worry. FNG is going to spend. They have no choice. Big up to ManDem in the building. I see Red Endsman TV family is in the building. Big up to Endsman. I see you, brother. Thank you so much for bringing your fam in your community into mine. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Irishman knows. So Irishman knows. Belgian Red family is in the house. Royalty, man. I'm telling you, man, we got royalty in here. This team can also improve so much more. Also, Gakpo playing in the wrong position. He should be striker, but due to stubbornness and Klopp not using him correctly, he's not left wing. He's actually better on the left wing than the striker. If you watch the Netherlands play, they have him on the left side. And during the Euro, he was a very, very good player on the left side. He scored a lot of good goals for Liverpool this year on the left side. Klopp had him in the midfield. That's where it threw everybody off. Big up, ManDem, big up, big up. We got Zakir Ahmed is in the house. He said, what sauces you have? People, my sauces is going to be, I mean, the season is not over. So I told you guys, when the season is over, we're going to have a My Sauces show. And I know people want to know what's going on with Musiala. It seems like Bayern is going for Wirtz. And maybe it's just me. I'm not saying it's true. Maybe it's just me. But I've never seen Wirtz and Musiala played together for that's just me. Most of the time I was a German game, it's always Wirtz coming off the bench. So the rumors are Wirtz could be going to Bayern. Right? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just. Ensman's in the building. We got Pops is in the house. Big up Pops. Good to see you. Hey, don't worry about my sauces, man. Don't worry about my sauces. My sauces has been right all this time. Y'all don't want to give me my credit. That's all. Yes, sir. Big up to ManDem. Big up to ManDem. Please hit the like button while you in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, they're deluded if they think that season done. Bro, you'll be surprised what kind of friends base we have. Yes. What's going on? Redman said, go into the chat of a live game, watch along, and you will see people who even talking about the game, just moaning about transfers. Facts. See, I'm not the only one who see that kind of stuff. Keyboard Warriors fans still not happy with one league. It's disgusting. Enjoy the ride, guys. Plenty more to come. Facts. Big up to you, Tap said. Big up to you. What's your sources then, question? Why should you? Who are your sources? I'm not going to release my sources. Remember, I'm a media person. I can't be real. No media man or woman has ever given out their sources. The keyword sources. I don't want to get fired from my sources. As well, for me and J-Dub, Uncle J-Dub, we hang out. So I could be getting it from him directly. What's up? Fuzzy, don't encourage him, man. Don't encourage him. Yep, social media fans miserable that we won the league. I'm telling you, people think I was just making it up. There's a lot of some excuse me. Some Liverpool fans who didn't want us to win, especially when we lost to PSG. They all came out talking a lot of hard nonsense. A lot of them came out talking a lot of hard nonsense, right? Word on the curve is you have ketchup. Bro, my sources are legit, man. My sources are legit. Diaz is better than Gakpo on the wing. Gakpo has all the attributes to be a very good striker. I mean, we brought him in as a striker, but we didn't play to his strength. That's why they moved him to the left. He's very good. He can play through the middle, yes. And he's also very good on the left side. So at this point, we never played to an out-and-out striker strength. Let's be honest. Liverpool for a long time has not played to, since Torres, actually, or Suarez. We haven't played to an out-and-out striker strength. Hence the reason why Bobby was such a great player, right? And since Bobby, we tried to replicate the same formula, and it hasn't worked. So if we're going to put him in through the middle, we have to play to his strength. And if we don't, then he's just going to be, hey, Fuzzy, what are you talking about, man? Shoot. Musiala just resigned till, bro, I'm telling you, if he does, I will apologize. I won't say I apologize. I'm just going to say, hey, he changed his mind, just like Zubimendi did. They can change their mind. But I'm saying watch that space. Musiala, until end of the season, that's when he resigned. He hasn't signed yet. We could be called the second Dutch team very soon if these players lane come in more than the merrier. Yeah, there's Frimpong. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, right? I'm working my way around it for him being our number one option. Honestly, I don't even know who's out there and out right back that I want right now. I'll be honest. But since Frimpong is the proverbial leading candidate, I'm getting my mind around it. But please, and ends. I don't know about this Simmons character, man. I don't think he is the type of player we need right now. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe it's my eyes. What did you get right, man? I got everything right. What are you talking about? Why am ManDem trying to discredit my journalistic sources? Huh? Why am people are trying to discredit my journalistic sources? I told you we were going after Zubimendi, and it's up to him to decide whether he wants to come or not. And that exactly happened. But ManDem, when he changed his mind, ManDem said I was lying. Right? I told you what was going on. I said we were in for Musiala. A lot of reports from German side said we was, but he's going to stay in Germany and possibly, right? And then they offered him a contract, and just because they offer you a contract doesn't mean you sign it. Trent was offered so many contracts, he never signed it. Let's be honest. So I'm just saying, ManDem, big sources. Anyway, these people out here coming here trying to discredit my sources. Big up to ManDem in the building. We got, like I said, we got royalty in here. And come on now. We telling you, man, this guy, you know, especially us three, you said me, Savage, and G. 89% of the time, we don't agree. But we agree on this one. Come on now. You got to come on our side. You got to come on our side. Now, the guy he's okay. He's okay. You know, he's exciting sometimes. But he is not. I would rather get Eze than get Simmons right now. I'm sorry. And I would say I'm not a big fan. I just don't think Eze is the right player for Liverpool right now for what Liverpool trying to do. I would rather have him than get Simmons. I'm just saying. At least Eze will give you multi-positional, he's multi-positional than Simmons. Simmons, out and out 10, possibly even you could put him through the middle as a striker, second striker, or whatever. You know what I mean? I would take Eze over Simmons. Simmons is not that dude for Liverpool right now. He said, we know who he's talking about. We didn't want Slot. Bro, I told you, I'm trying. We won the league. We are champions. I'm trying not to rehash old wounds. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to rehash old wounds. I just want, I'm just letting people know, it was a good comment from Craig that a lot of people were mourning because we are not going to get 90 plus points. But I was just telling people, some people were not happy that we got Slot. And when Klopp was leaving, that was their chance to say, finally, the ship is going to sink, and then we're going to be all toxic, probably fly a banner on top of Anfield. You know what I mean? He said, say the name, Quincy. It fits like glove. Okay, Pops. There is another gentleman. Remember, we were all in the WhatsApp group that eventually got closed down. So there was a gentleman on there. And then the one that you're talking about is not who I'm talking about right now. But that one, the man has come out and confessed his sins. He has confessed his sins. Rods, get him on. I'm not talking about Uncle Rods. Uncle Rods have come on and confessed his sins and said he was wrong. But in the beginning, we know what he said. Yes, There you go. See, you know what I'm talking about. You remember that group? You remember that group? There were a couple ManDem who were out here talking about, oh, let's see what Slot will do with his own players because he's winning with club's players. Brother, I'm telling you, man, you'll be surprised what kind of. I don't even think they're Liverpool fans. I think they are just fan of either the manager or players, right? So that's how I see it. But anyway, let's talk about some transfers, right? Let's talk about transfer. Big transfer going, rumors going around about. We mentioned his name earlier, and that is Frimpong. What do we think about Frimpong? I know I was listening to Ensman and G and Savage, and one thing they said that I think makes sense is Frimpong can be an out and out winger, right? He's not going to be the Salah type winger where he is going to give you a lot of goals, a lot of assists, but he will be creating a lot of problem on the right side. And if we were to do that, we will bring Frimpong in, but we're not going to make him a right back. We will make him a winger. Play a winger like him. His job is to take the ball to the byline and pass it. So in a way, we will be playing for the striker, the person on the attack, right? If it's Salah up top, that means a lot of balls. Salah has to be in the box a lot, and the Frimpong creativeness will be just like an old school wingers. So I can see that happen. Now, Bradley, personally, I don't think Bradley is ready to play 60 odd games. He also is slightly injury prone sometimes, and I believe it's because he is still growing, right? His growth spurt is not as bad as what happened to Bachatic, because he had to stop playing because he was in pain. But I can see them bringing an out and out bulldozer right back, somebody who their job is to just defend. And then maybe push Frimpong, because if you bring Frimpong in, you have a Swiss knife kind of thing. And he's not bad going through the middle either. So you could possibly say, okay, we can play him through, in a game, odd games where things are not going well. You could stack him into one of the defensive midfield too, right? He's very good with the ball. He can control very well. He moves very well with and without the ball. So I see why people would think Frimpong is one of our number one target. He is very, very good. Like I said, with me, I'm getting my mind around him being the number one option for Liverpool. Because I'm trying to go back to the old way of right back be the right back, wingers be the wingers, and we have created creativeness through the middle, rather than having finding a player who's going to be creative from the fullbacks. You're not going to find another Trent. You're not going to find another old school Robo. It's very hard. And most of those players are already playing for bigger clubs. Or should I say big clubs, not bigger than Liverpool. There's no club bigger than them. Let me rephrase that. Sorry, people. Other big clubs, i.e. Barca or Real Madrid or Bayern, right? Or even PSG. Keyword Hakimi. You're not going to get Hakimi out of PSG anytime soon. So for that, and if you guys haven't got a chance, go watch Liverpool playing Arsenal. And my brother Ant and myself, we did a watch along, and CAF conversation we had was, moving forward, we need the manager to have different tactics. We need the manager to have options, not just play the same style of football when things are not going well. And for that to happen, he needs to bring in some players that are not going to play the same way we play now. That makes no sense, because starting next season, after this season, teams are going to come hard on us. They have seen how we play, and they're going to be ready for that. So I'm expecting different tactics, different instructions per se, and options, right? Because one of the things that I said was, even if you bring Isak to Liverpool right now, he's not going to score a whole lot of goals that people think, because we will not be playing on his strength. We will be playing a style where if he happens to be there, then he scores. But when you have a striker like Isak, Gyökeres, Osimhen, what's the name? Haaland, you need to play at their strength. None of this, oh, they are the false nine, they come all the way. No, leave them up top, let them be crashing the box, and they do need to also play defense on the attacking end. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we bringing in Frimpong, that tells me because Frimpong is not as creative as Trent. I don't think he even as creative as when Robo was at his pump. But what he's very good is going forward, he can bring the attack to, the opposition side, right? He could overlap. He knows how to overlap. He has a lot of energy. So he can very well overlap as a right back. I think he's an modern old school style of right back where he doesn't Leverkusen played with wing back, so he was always going forward a lot. But when he plays for Netherlands, which sometimes they do play just like Leverkusen and sometimes they play back four, you could see the different style of football that he plays. So he's not just a bombing forward right back. He's also very good in staying in back and defending. Now, if people going to compare him to Trent, you're already wrong. Then please stop. If you're going to think that he is a direct replacement as Trent, there's no other football player as Trent right now except maybe Hakimi. Most of the players that were just like Trent who are good, either they are good going forward, like boy in Wolves, they are left back. Very good going forward, but defensively he gets cooked all the time, right? Someone said, well, that's how Trent was. No. Trent was very good defensively. He chose not to play well sometimes. So if people thinking that Frimpong is going to be just like Trent, yeah, you already going to get mad. That's not going to happen. He is a whole different type of a right back. He's more of a wing back. Yeah, that's how you should compare him to. Compare him to other wing backs out there. And Frimpong can play both sides of the football, which is something that Ancelot needs. Let's get back to the community. What are the community saying? What are the community saying? He said, Hussam, before Slot even coach one game, he said Slot out. Yep. We are not Drake here sending subliminal now. We are Eminem or Kendrick. We send direct shot. Yeah, him too. Hussam, him too. He was saying the same now he changed his mind. He came out apologizing and said, oh, I was wrong. Of course, when we started winning, everybody said they were wrong. Zakir, he will easily fit into our system. I like what you did there. Red Armchair said, Duhamson might be Madrid bound, but the alternative option looks to be bright prospect, something with Liverpool will hugely benefit from. Your boy Hato, right? K-Mac, him too. Bejan. Big up to ManDem the building. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on, people. There's so many people in the building right now. Hit the like button. Real Madrid had a direct contact with Dean Hutchinson camp and players priority confirmed. Real also registered release clause detail 50 million to be paid. Yeah, Real Madrid ain't got that kind of cash, man. They want him for free. Taiwo Awoni has been placed into induced coma and had receiving intensive care following urgent surgery. Early signs are thought to be positive. Aim to be complete his operation tomorrow. Yeah, man. I was going to talk about that. Yeah, let's give a big positive and prayers to Taiwo and his family, man. It's sad, man. I mean, I watched the game. It looked like something that happens all the time in football. If that's what it is, the cause of it. And then, yesterday we get the news that the man is in induced coma. And usually when medical situations like this, that means the guy is in in real pain, so they have to, it's in critical real pain, and they have to do it. It's not as bad as him being in coma by himself. This one is they put him in there because he's in such pain that they have to kind of like let the brain and the rest of his body relax so that he can heal faster. But prayers and positive vibes to him and his family, because he's one of our own, even though he's not there right now. But he's one of our own, one of our ex-students. So let's pray. Let's pray for him, man. It's sad. It's sad, but I didn't think it was that serious, man. Oh man. Big up to Bola FC. He said backup for Salah when he goes AFCON. That could also be an option. But see, the thing is, and we're going to talk about that. We will talk about that. What is even worse is there is infuriated opposition fans who pretend to be Liverpool fans and just spew trash about our club in chats and are called fans. Bro, and you'll be surprised how our fan base listen to people like that. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. K-Mac changing his opinion more times than a baby. Honestly, what do you got against K-Mac, man? Oh my God! Shout out to K-Mac, man. Trent Kone-Doherty has the best dribble success rate, 72%, 73%. In the Premier League, 2 seasons, he's been training with Liverpool first team recently. Hell. We have another Trent, huh? Liverpool have made inquiries about Ryan Cherky, who can leave Lyon for 22 this summer. He's a good player. He reminds me of Ben Arfa, man. We will be too predictable like that. True. But I get what you're saying. Big up, Zucker. Big up yourself. Camino Pila is in the building. He said, who says Frimpong is going to play at the right back for us? He could be right wing. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Possibly play right wing. The reason why Alonso hardly asked Frimpong to defend is because he's an attacking player. Well, when you play back three, you could, your other center back can push to the right side and defend in terms of a counter attack. So that's why he played him as a wing back, because he's very good going forward. Like I said, he's not creative as Trent or what's his name? He's more closer to Hakimi than he is closer to Trent. Trent was a talent, man. We all mad that he's leaving, but Trent, he and Robo changed how football was played under Klopp, right? How do you have your fullbacks creating, like, man, Trent was doing what KDB was doing. That was like, people were like, yo, how is it that, it put so much pressure on defenders when you have Trent and Robo bombing forward and they creating from outside. You can't sit back because they're going to score, right? And you can't open up because then you have Bobby and Mane and Salah who's going to slice and dice you. Man, people don't understand how good that club team was. Frimpong is similar to Hakimi for their style. Both have good pace and good. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Adil Aziz Hack. Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking. He is more closer to Hakimi than he is closer to Trent. Leeds are considering a move for Costas Tsimikas. Yeah, man. I think that would be a good move because Leeds, you coming up, you have a Premier League proven player, a champion at it. I think that's a good deal. It's a good deal for Tsimikas too, because guess what? He's going to play. There are also rumors that they are looking at Kelleher, which that's a lot of he will save. Yeah, that would be a very, very good deal for them, because if Leeds are doing that kind of deal, that tells me they're planning to stay. They're not planning to go right back down. You got a super goalkeeper, a world champ. Yeah, he's a world champion before. A champion in Tsimikas, multiple trophies, experience in the wazoo. He is still young. that is a good deal for me. I mean, if Leeds were able to pull that off, man, because what's the name? Kelleher is much better than some of the top 6 goalkeepers. Let's be honest. He is running very close to some of the number 1 goalkeepers in the top 6. So if Leeds are able to pull that off, trust me, he is going to save them a lot of points. That's one part where people don't understand. When we had Allison, when we talked about Allison was a championship goalkeeper. A lot of points he saved us. People don't know. A lot of points he saved us. So Leeds doing that in reverse, saying that a lot of times when this team comes from promotion, they lose a lot of points, a lot of goals. Like if you look at the amount of goals they ship out, it's ridiculous. Having Kelleher being on that team, that is at least 30% of those goals being saved. Now, yes, if your defense is shit, it doesn't matter, but setting goals that other goalkeepers can save, he will. So if they can pull that off between Simicas and Kelleher, that would be a good deal. We don't have to pay release clause all in 1 week and pay the installment. Of course, that's how Uncle J Dub likes to do his business. You know what I mean? With Frimpong playing down the right and Kirkers down the left, opposition teams are going to shit themselves and look blocks. And that's why we need an out and out creative number 10. And my favorite, everybody knows, is Musiala. Then low block will not do anything. Real Madrid are trying to convince Liverpool to let Trinley go for free before, wishes. They have to cough up that $1 million, man. Barcelona entered the race for Jeremy Frimpong. Sources confirmed that Catalans intensified talks. Yeah, but with what money, though? I know they want him because they are right back right now. It's not as good. But I think Frimpong is a Liverpool bound. At this point, the way, my sources are telling me, and he's not the only one we're looking at, but he is the preferably leading candidate. I think he's the one that we will get. I don't think Barca has the funds. Now, it might be in their favor if they have to pay an installment, but they have to pay his salary, which usually Barcelona's problem. They don't have the total cash to pay the salaries. Trent hasn't been pulling up any trees in recent years. His numbers ain't great. Facts. That's true. And I think that was because we spoiled him too many times. We gave him way too much. You know how sometimes teams treat their superstars, the number 10, the number 9, they give him too many leeway to do whatever they want. We did that with our right back. How many teams you remember in this football world that they let their defenders do whatever they want? That was Liverpool. And Frimpong or no, Bradley will have a big part to play next season. He's not finished at L. No, he's not. I don't think Bradley's Bradley's okay, let me reverse. My goal for Liverpool, and I think that's where Liverpool wants, is dominance. If we're gonna dominate, we cannot have somebody who comes in for Bradley and that person is not as good or better than Bradley. The same thing reverse. If let's say, for example purposes, we have Frimpong starting or Bradley starting, and one of them coming off the bench for another player, keep us still the levels high, right? So for me, bringing another player in does not mean Bradley's end. Bradley, knowing that that's going to happen, should be ready to go to war. Do not relax yourself thinking that, oh, I'm the academy kid, I'm the next one after Trent. No. It doesn't work like that. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. If Liverpool's going to be dominating, every player has to be closer to each other in terms of levels. Nobody's going to be Virgil. But when you come in, you better be playing as well as Virgil, right? That's all I'm saying. Key point example. When Kelleher subs in for Allison, A lot of times we don't see that much of a drop off. So that's how I think that we should, moving forward for Liverpool, that's how we should be thinking. You don't break records like Trent did if you are bummed. Honestly, I see you. Trent supporter to the end. Bejared, he said he's too cool to overlap now. Just want to spam. He go, hey, long passes all day. Couldn't even say that word. Question. A lot of fans are saying Frimpong defensively is not that good. Bait as Marcelo and Danny Alves defensively. That's amazing. Then they haven't watched him. They haven't watched Frimpong. All they've heard that he's very good going forward. That's why they're saying that. And when every time somebody hears a defender good going forward, they're like, oh, then he's not good coming back. Remember that same lazy analysis that they talked about Trent. Oh, he's good going forward, but he's not good playing defense. Nah. That is not true. Trent was very good playing defense. It's just sometimes he switches off. And I think he switches off by his choice. It wasn't like, oh, he's having a bad day. No. We've seen Trent lock Ronaldo down. Remember his first year, Champions League final. Ronaldo didn't do anything. It was Bale and Benzema who killed us, right? Barcelona game. Coutinho and Suarez, nothing, right? Trent has played high-level defensive game for a few games where you could say, wow, this guy is a very good defender as well as very good going forward. So people haven't watched Frimpong. And this is the same thing with the whole slot and club thing. These fans are so in love with this person that anybody who comes in has to be exactly like him or else. And even if the person is exactly like him, it's going to be, but he's not Trent though. Trent would have done this. Trent would have done that. That's what I'm telling people right now. Listen to me. If you think Frimpong is just like Trent, you don't know football. Then please go back to YouTube University and go watch Frimpong's style of play. Frimpong is closer to Hakimi than he is closer to Trent. Frimpong and Trent, the only thing they are good at is they can run forward. That's it. That's the only thing they are not good at. That's the only thing that you could say, oh, they both do the same thing. Other than that, it's two separate players. Red Armchair said, egotistical. He said, Rafa wanted Alves to play right wing for us. Yep, I remember. And they didn't give him the money. He went to Barca and it was history. Bayer Leverkusen have Eric Ten Hag on their short list of coaches to replace Xavi. They should think twice about getting Ten Hag if I was them. I mean, Ten Hag, he did well in the Eredivisie. I mean, Leverkusen will be a good place for him. If he falls in that, I think he will do well. Because that league is not, I'm not going to say that. That would be dumb of me. The pressure will not be on him as it was in Manchester United, right? Now, if he gone to Bayern, that would be a whole different conversation, or even Dortmund. But yeah, he that could be something that he can start. But it is the same way how Slop stops Salah from tracking back. Why he scores and create loads. Players like Frimpong are not asked to defend. It's not to say he can defend. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times it's the instructions of the manager. The only time you could see like this person is literally not defending is because you'd be like, bro, you're looking at the player and you literally fell asleep right in front of him. Case in point, Sunday where we played against Arsenal, the goal that the first goal, Virgil did not communicate with Konate and let the Arsenal attacker run right between them two. That is a defensive mishap, right? That's you not paying attention. But if his instructions where he has bumped forward and the manager say, okay, if you do that 3-4 times, I don't need you to track back. Let the midfielders cover for you. Sometimes you have to see it. And that's for football fans who know the game, who can see that, okay, this is instruction based. The manager told him not to track back. But if he's right there and the defender the attacker blow past him, okay, that is a defending problem. CAS has rejected the appeal by Uruguay players banned for fighting in the stand. Nunes, etc., are now banned for 2. Damn, have they qualified for the World Cup yet? Because that is gonna put a dent in their campaign. I think they're in the top 4. So, but they still got a couple more games to go. He's a John Luchumi, Liverpool hover for 26-year-old with Premier Dream. Left foot option should be the transfer trigger. But anyone who has seen him play knows he is an attacker. He hardly has defense stats to look at him. Okay, Frimpong is better at scoring goals than Trent. Trent is better at passing and crossing. We shall see. Not yet, but 3rd in group, top 7 qualify. Okay, so they are safe for now. But 3 to 5 games is a lot, man. Especially that, South America, when it gets towards the end, it gets very, very, very sticky, very quick. So a lot of these teams tends to play better towards the end for some reason. I don't know why they don't. Like Brazil right now hasn't fully qualified. They are that's why they bring in Ancelotti in. And they got what? 4 games to put themselves in contention. Otherwise, it's gonna be peak for them. So they swing for the fence. And if it doesn't work, they are in trouble. If we sell Kelleher, that already pays for Frimpong. Sell Darwin and Joe G for 30 mil. 70 and 30 mil. That's 100 mil. Just put 35 and we on top we get Isak. I'm telling you, my sources tells me Isak is our preferable striker. Now, let's see how Newcastle's going to take it. And already, if you guys have not been paying attention, Newcastle has been looking at other strikers too. The thing is, I'm sorry, Newcastle's going to make it to the Champions League. They're going to beat Arsenal on Sunday. They're going to beat Arsenal. Is it Sunday or Saturday? Saturday. Sunday. Sorry. There's no game on Saturday. That's why. So Friday, there's game, Sunday, and then Monday, and then Tuesday. Newcastle beat Arsenal. Newcastle moved to number 2 in the league. And if City wins, they are 1 point behind Arsenal. Arsenal can literally drop to 4th. I'm just saying. And then also, sad news on the Arsenal camp. Martinelli was limping during their opening training session. Hopefully he's doing better. Yeah, man. Arsenal can fall to the 4th spot with their next 2 games if they don't pick 3 points in the next 2 games. Well, they have Southampton last. But we saw what Southampton did to City, so it's not a foregone conclusion. Yeah, man, this league, everybody thought that it was over. It's not over. There's still excitement to go around, people. There's also excitement to go around. He said, see that as well, bro. They will beat them. Yep, that's what I think. I think Newcastle will beat them. Newcastle, when game is on the line, man, they bring it all. There's also news that Wirt's trip to the UK was not just to visit City, and that we also have had discussion with him. It's likely he will still go to Bayern, though. Yeah, man. I don't want him to go to City. Yeah, I definitely don't want him to go to City. But I think City are looking at him as one of the replacement for KDB. But City also looking at the AC Milan player. I forgot his name. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you remember his name. Um, he is very, very, very good. Um, he plays for AC Milan. He plays for AC Milan. I forgot his name. Somebody help me, Hampe. He's also very good. So I think that could be the possible option for City if they don't get Vert. Um, People have to remember City already, the attack is already set. So they need just one more creative player. They brought in Mamouche. They still got Haaland. It's David Silva. I mean, it's what's the name? Silva leaving. They still have Foden, and they have is it Savino? So I don't see how many more attackers they're gonna bring. I think they're gonna need one more creative midfielder, defensive midfielder, and then I think a right back, to replace Walker. I don't mind getting players for cheap, but we need a bad boy striker, if not Isak Gyökeres. Well, talking about Gyökeres, it seems like Arsenal is looking really hard. I mean, already they got Zubimendi. Apparently, they're gonna get Gyökeres too. So Arsenal is doing business. So next season, we don't want to hear any more excuses of their owners are not ambitious, right? Big up Ali. Ali's in the house. Wagwan. Yes, Regindes. Thank you, Red Armchair. That's the guy that from AC Milan that City is looking at big time. Big man, big up to ManDem. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Yeah. So City is looking at him. Gyökeres is apparently is good according to ManDem, Alex Cross or Alex Crooks or whatever his name is. Said that he's going to Arsenal has almost sealed the deal. I mean, and then the rumors are also that Arsenal only has 100 million to spend, plus whatever they sell. Remember, I was telling you people that Arsenal do not have a lot of cash to spend because they spend it in the last two past seasons. They will have to sell at least two players to make more money. Yeah, that I'm telling people. So they need at least three players. They're gonna spend 50 million on Zubimendi. So basically now there's 50 million left. Who do you put it on? You put it on right back or left back or another center back, or you put it on a striker. So they have hard choices to make. Arsenal has hard choices to make. Will they put it on Gyökeres? Because Gyökeres, I think he's 55 million gets him. We will see. We will see. I mean, but also this one thing that, and I need to give credit to G. He said, World Cup season is coming. It's going players. A lot of players will not want to. A lot of players will not want to leave because they want to also play. So if you are gonna leave, you want to make sure that the place that you go in will give you a lot of game time because everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to play. So it's not going to be as a big of a transfer window as people are assuming. I agree with that. But at the same time, I also see that there's going to be movements, right? Clubs are going to spend money. I think this is probably going to be one of the most. Usually, after a World Cup season, that's where a lot of clubs spends a lot of money. right? But I think this is going to be a big season for a lot of clubs because, and the reason why is a lot of these big clubs players have run down right to the World Cup. If this had happened next season, oh, next summer, ooh, if the way things happen this season, I'm talking about all the clubs across Europe, especially across Europe. Because let's be honest, a lot of players are on their downturn right now. Their football journey is ending, and there's a lot of them, especially a lot of household players are ending right now. And usually this is supposed to happen at the end of World Cup. But this is probably the first time I'm seeing it ending. The cycle of a lot of these players, household name players, their cycle is ending before a World Cup. So clubs wants to get those replacements because after World Cup, usually players that comes after World Cup usually don't do well. Right? Diouf. Right? Don't call me James. Right? So this is the time where you want to get the player because after the World Cup, there's World Cup tax. A player that's worth 20 million will jump to 50 million like that because he played in the World Cup. So there is that part also that comes to play. So yeah, this summer is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Clubs have to do their due diligence. You know, you can't just go spend the money on any type of player because then if it doesn't work next summer, you have to spend twice as much to get the same type of player. So a lot of clubs going to sit and wait till after the World Cup because if you do, you're going to get left behind. Just for instance, let's look at the club, a team like Liverpool. Our football cycle is ending before the World Cup. If it has ended after the World Cup, we would have spent money. But now it's ending before the World Cup. That means our recruitment have to do their job very, very, very well. Isak, can you imagine Isak going to the World Cup and then trying to buy him after the World Cup, after this season he had like this? It's impossible. Right? So that's why it's gonna be crazy. That's why it's gonna be crazy. He said Arsenal will definitely go and get a striker 100%. Gyökeres or Sesko is what Arsenal is looking. That's facts. That's what the rumors are. They brought in good money by getting to Champions League semifinal. Yeah, but they would have made more if they had made it to oh sorry, let me Fuzzy is in the building, people. Let me get this screen properly. There we go.
Can you hear me? Or
Yeah, you see that you're on vacation. Look at the sunshine behind you.
This is my house. Everybody is on vacation. I'm not. I'm in my house.
Let's look. This guy is having a beautiful California style of weather over there. Man. How you doing, brother?
It's London, man. London, baby.
Yeah.
London. Yeah. All good, bro. Yeah, I just thought I would join you. Of course, you're coming probably near the end of the show, so I thought
almost there. But no, I appreciate you joining me, man. I appreciate you joining me. But we're talking about potential players, you know, not just for Liverpool, but I was trying to make the point that football cycle for especially a lot of our household name players are coming down to the end of their cycle, right? There's new generation coming up, you know, leading by Lamela, but I would say leading by Mbappe. Mbappe is the one that's leading that new generation. Yeah. Usually, you will want them to come at the end of a World Cup, but now they come in it before a World Cup, which makes it tricky because now the players are like, I want to play. I want to go to a World Cup. So will I want to gamble to go to a club that I'm good, but they also have somebody equal as me? If the manager don't like me, if it's just the football director who's bringing me on and the managers don't like me, I'm not going to play. And usually it happens to players in the mid-level clubs, right? But in the top club, players already know that when they go there, they're gonna be playing a lot. So there's a lot of, at first we are all excited about, the players that we want to get. But, I was listening to Ends and especially G, big up to G, and he's like, people have to remember this is a World Cup season that we're going in. Players want to play so they can make it to the World Cup, especially the teams that are, the countries that are going to make it to the World Cup. So what do you say about that? Because I think it's a very, very valid point.
Like even if you look at Konate can't even muck about now. You know what I mean? Like we've got an issue with him about the contract signing. So he needs to like decide on his future now, because if he doesn't sign a contract, I won't play him anymore. You know what I mean? And I mean, and this is where we're at the moment. We don't want players going for free and all that stuff. And like you said, a lot of players when they move in a World Cup year, it's either they have to be promised the first team spot, or if not, it's going to be difficult buying them, if you know what I mean. But with us, the most important thing is with Liverpool at the moment, we're in a position of power, if you know what I mean. But the way we're talking about it is like we've got no power. The way Real Madrid is coming after our player and all that stuff. But there is players outside that Real Madrid don't go for, that want to play for Liverpool Football Club. So if you look at our first team, it's not complete yet. So if we go for players that's gonna be challenging for the first team spot, they will have a space in the team. And not only that, next season we're gonna try to win all the trophies. We're not gonna just go for like the Premier League like this season. We had to concede because we didn't have enough players to challenge for the Champions League, the League Cup, and the FA Cup to win those kind of trophies, because we got tired at the end.
You're right.
So yeah. So with us, I know what you're saying. I know what G is saying about it's a World Cup year. Players want to play consistently, but we're in no position that we can't offer a player a starting position, because as you said, there's a lot of players that's going to be leaving this summer. So I'm expecting probably 6 players to leave along with Trent, and I want 6 players to come in return. You know what I mean? So the reason this season we played with the same players all the time is because the manager, the head coach, did not was on the bench. So next season, I'm more optimistic, of players coming in that will get a lot of game time. I've got no worries about that, and that's the way we should be looking at it, like thinking negatively as we always do as Liverpool fans, and it's not the way. And a lot of people are talking about Frimpong. Did you ever think to yourself, maybe Frimpong and Bradley can share the right back position, and he could even play as a right winger? You know what I mean? And like there's certain games, Bradley, if someone is, if a team has got a flying winger that's going to be dribbling down the wing, you put Bradley there. If there's a team we know we can beat and we could play better against and dominate possession against, you could play Frimpong there. So you gotta balance it out somewhere somehow. And I don't think people look into things like that. They all think about the negatives, and they're saying he's a worse defender than Trent. Not seeing him like playing the Premier League. You know what I mean? So when you come to a bigger club, it's a different expectations, and you've got to raise your game. And not only that, you've got a Dutch coach there and Dutch players there that's going to help you out throughout that. And from what I've seen of Frimpong, he is willing to learn. He does defend. He does run back. All I ask for players when they come to Liverpool Football Club is give it 100%. You know what I mean? When a player gets past you, go back and win the ball back. I mean, it's going to happen. That's the part of life. And that's what Trent didn't do enough of when he's been here at Liverpool Football Club. That's why a lot of people are against players like that. But as for your question, we're not in a position, Kwasi, to say like there's no starting place left for players because it's World Cup year. If you come to Liverpool, you got a chance of being in the first team.
And that's the thing with Liverpool. Actually, since Klopp took us to our height, we play a lot of games. Virgil has been averaging almost 50, close to 55 games every season since he came to Liverpool.
ACL. A guy,
you know what I mean?
ACL, by the way, yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's not even including his country side. I'm just talking about club, right? Now, because every year that we are good, we play 60 odd games.
Madness.
From the season before. So imagine if we have won the Champions League, that means we're gonna go to the Super Cup, and then we're gonna go to other, so when it comes to Liverpool, we do have a lot of games, and when we go into this tournament, we do go far.
Yeah.
So the thing that people are crying about the whole Bradley situation, because
Balance it out, bro. Just balance it out. That's what you
those
got to
are
do.
what do you call it, player FCs.
Yeah.
Wow, you bring in another right back, then what happens to Bradley? Brother, we play 60 odd games. You think Bradley's going to be playing all those games? No, he's going to get tired. He's going to possibly, hopefully, not get injured, but injury is part of the game. He is going to, some fatigue is going to come in.
Happens to everybody, bro.
And if the manager needs to make a switch, you don't want the person coming after Bradley to have a big gap between Bradley and that person.
Yeah.
And that's why I use the example. When Allison goes down, you don't see much of a difference when Kelleher comes on.
Nope, you don't.
And that's how it should be. Because otherwise, if there's a fall off, you are in trouble.
Exactly.
You are in big, big trouble. So people don't know anything about Frimpong, as usual.
I don't know anything about him, bro. I've never seen him. I've seen him playing against us in the Champions League. That's about it, really. And I've seen clips of him. I don't think he's that bad of a player as people say he is, really.
No, he's very energetic. He is what they call Energizer Bunny type of players.
Yeah.
You know, he could run for days. He reminds me of Alfonso Davies. I mean, well, do you think there's a big difference between Alaba and Alfonso Davies? They are the same type of players, right? High energy. They can play multiple. Similar, exactly. Yeah. That's how.
The only thing I'll give Alfonso Davies, he's a good dribbler of the ball. He could go past players with his dribbling skills. But if you look at player for player, they ain't that much different. Younger
version.
Alaba, he was good. He was a good player as well. Similar, very much so.
And that's how this kid is, right? But the thing is, people. That's why I was saying from the beginning of the show. I was telling people, don't think we're getting another Trent.
No,
that ain't gonna happen. This guy is more closer to Hakimi than he is closer to Trent.
Yeah.
Right? Hakimi, as strong and as good as he is, his creativity is not close to what Trent can give you. No. Trent was a different talent. Like he was a special. I'm talking like he's dead. He is a special talent. But yeah, let's move on. In terms of the attack, there's rumors I don't think Diaz is leaving.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give him a new contract because I don't see any club out there getting him. The only way he leaves is if he goes to Saudi.
He had that option, innit? He had that option.
Yeah, he has that option. But Barcelona don't have the cash.
Past tense, innit? He had
that
option. And Barcelona said no, thank you very much, because of his age. He's going to be 29. He's not going to be like 26 or anything 26, like that. So they already got two wingers like Rafinha and how do you say his name?
Yamal. I always
Yamal.
I'll be butchering his name.
So so I don't want to do injustice to his name, but they've got those two wingers. So where's he going to fit in if he goes down there? So Barcelona said, no thanks. Now what we're hearing is Diaz wants to stay. So
that's what I'm saying. I say from day one, he is, and we need him to stay. I'm sorry.
I'm starting to like him now. You know what I mean? Now he's
putting in hard work.
Yeah, he finally focused on Liverpool Football Club. He's not really looking outside Liverpool Football Club. And not only that, he wants to sign a new contract at Liverpool Football Club as well. So we're going to have to, draw up something for him because he deserves more money than he's getting. Like when you look at some players and you look at their wages, you say, what? He's getting that much? He's supposed to be Mane's replacement. He's getting...
Fire their agent, man.
Listen, like, if it wasn't for the likes of him, Gakpo, coming up with their ability this season, especially getting the goals, important goals.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll win the league title, bro. I know Salah done a lot, but you still need that help.
The left side did a lot of work.
Yeah, but let's be honest with that and give them credit for that because Darwin Núñez and Jota haven't pulled up anything this season. You know what I mean? And we thought Jota is the one that's gonna pull up, but he gets injured, he comes back different, and it takes him a long time.
It takes him a long time to adjust.
Yeah.
It takes him a long time. With Diaz, the injury is the reason why he hasn't gotten a contract. People remember that he was gone for almost 18 months.
Yeah.
Serious injury on both knees.
Yeah.
So he is getting his lateral movement back again. right? And this is a World Cup season, so he's gonna ball out. So I
Oh yeah.
think he's deserved. I will give him a new contract. I will keep Diaz all day, every day. Even if you bring a Nico Williams, you still need a player like Diaz, because
Oh,
Diaz will give
100%.
you way, way more than what somebody coming from outside will, because they don't understand the game yet. He knows the game.
Yeah.
He's a maverick, which we need. Um, yeah, I think Diaz for sure. The two players that at first I thought Jota was foregone conclusion that he will stay, but right now I don't think it is looking likely, man. What do you say about that? Jota is. I
Yeah.
think Chiesa has a more chance of staying than Jota.
The thing with Jota is, bro, it's season in and season out. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
outcome. You know what I mean? I said it, I think, a couple of seasons ago. It's just get rid of him because he's supposed to be the difference when we won the
Right.
league. Remember, he came the season after.
Mm-hmm.
He replaced the likes of Origi and Shaqiri and players like that left. And since he's been at Liverpool, we're still waiting for him to be that player. It's 5 years later, by the way. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
2 years later or 1 year later. It's 5 years
Mm-hmm.
later. And the guy, if you look at that challenge Tarkovsky did
Mm-hmm.
to McAllister, yeah. If that was Jota, he would be out for about 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or 4 months. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be out for that long. But it shows, the difference in players' interest in football when you see things like that. I don't think he's too interested because his injuries are impactful injuries. It's never like operational injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never available when we need him the most. I remember
Mm-hmm.
there was a season, I think last season, we was challenging for the title. I think Salah left for the AFCON. He was doing
Mm-hmm.
so well. We went to Bradford away. Someone landed on him on his
Yeah.
ribs or something like that, and he was out for a couple of months. It's just too much of that, especially when we was flying high and we was top of the league as well at the same time. So, yeah, I can't really. Has he had a better legacy than Origi? I don't think so. I think
Mm-hmm.
Origi had a better legacy than him because
Yeah. Better
Origi at least
moments.
contributed
Yeah.
on wins and championships.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, bro, how much more can you take off him doing this again and again and again? Because it's never gonna end. Like it's like when we was waiting for Sturridge, hoping like this season is gonna make it. This season is gonna make it, and he never
Mm-hmm.
does. So yeah, I think it's time to cash in on him and get more of a player that's going to give us at the end of the day more trophies and more
Mm-hmm.
moments than Jota ever did, because
Yeah.
this is the first championship we've won with him, bro. You know what I mean? He didn't even participate in the League Cup last season either.
No.
So
I mean, he has won trophy since he came to Liverpool.
yeah.
But
Don't get me wrong. We won that
yeah.
the FA Cup and the League Cup with him that
Mm-hmm.
season. But I'm talking about major trophies like
Mm-hmm.
Champions League, Premier Leagues. That's what we want him for, and he didn't produce. He didn't
Yeah.
produce, and now you see him. He's hardly in the game, bro. He doesn't even do nothing.
That's the thing, and I think the manager was trying to force the issue for him to get into form, but it was not working, and that's what I think cost us the Champions League,
We're
because
better a team when Diaz plays up front than him now.
that's true, And right now, I'm sorry, I love Jota when he's on point, man. This guy is deadly, but then
I miss the directness.
something
Of
always
him.
happens, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's not his fault, but it happens where it takes him out for so long that you be like, yo, what's going on? Because, like I said, Liverpool, we are going for dominance. We're not trying to be, how should I say, keep up the hard work so that you can
Exactly,
win
mate.
again. No. That's not my mentality. My mentality is like, we are here to stay. We're not here to maintain whatever we did previously. Because what we did previously,
there's no pandemic. There's no pandemic.
Exactly.
There's no building a stand anymore. There's nothing like that. Now there's no excuses for us to dominate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the next season for Arne Slot is the best season of him. Like he brings the best out of the players, and obviously he's gonna have his own players next season. So I'm hoping that we retain the league. You know what I mean? Like you said, there's no excuses next season. We need to dominate. We need to retain the league.
We need to do that, because the thing is, we are at the point where, like you said, there's no investment that needs to be made right now. The stadium, I think maybe in the next 5 years we can see if we need to expand the Copen. We have a brand new state-of-the-art training center. So you're not going to need that for another 20 to 30 years.
I think they just need to put that in the back burner for now. The stadium stuff.
Yeah, in terms of investment of the club, I think we are good. No, 60 odd thousand, which is always sold out every game.
Yeah,
you good. So now I think every money needs to be reinvested into the players, right, on the pitch. Of course, you don't want to go crazy and burn yourself out before, because things happen. But we are way better way off Manchester United is, because they need a new brand stadium, or they need to fix their stadium.
Sorry, man. Okay.
Chelsea, Chelsea also, they don't even have a. They are in such a trouble that they need Champions League right now. They are so desperate for Champions League, because if they don't, next season PSR and FFP gonna basically crash them.
Yeah.
So, Liverpool, we do not have in terms of investment side, all should be focused on the players.
Oh, 100%.
It should be the players, and we need to get the right players. It's not about spending a lot of money. It's just we need to get the right players, because I said in the next 5 years, I want to see 2 more Premier League and a Champions League minimum, with a little bit sprinkle of cap here, cap there.
Yeah.
Oh,
spot on, man. There's no excuses, like I said. And the next steps for Liverpool Football Club is, what's our ambition for next season? Everybody talks about, other teams having, they're going to get better. What about Liverpool getting better? I mean, we're 15 points clear of the second place. Whitewash. Arsenal is closer to Crystal Palace than Liverpool. You know what I mean? So next season, we have to, like you said, sign the right players. We need a DM, we need a left back, we need a centre back, we need a centre forward most of all. Out of everything, you know what I mean? Because we need an out-and-out goal scorer that can support the likes of Salah. Yeah. Imagine like Salah scoring the numbers that he is right now, and a striker scoring the numbers a striker should be scoring. The amount of goals that we will have. That'd be sick, man. That'd be something out of the ordinary, if you know what I mean. Salah getting 30 goals a season, and you got the striker getting something similar to that.
That's Suarez and Sturridge
season, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but there's the thing, though. Talking about that, we had a good conversation, myself and Cav. I don't think, and today I see even G, who's a big Salah supporter. I said it, G. Was saying that moving forward, Salah should not be playing every game.
No.
Salah should not. And this was my argument with Ant and Cav. Yeah, he's great. But we should not be making too much concessions just because Salah has to play.
Yeah.
Salah needs to be on the bench sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
right?
100%.
He needs to be coming off the bench to keep us where we are, keep the defenders honest. Because if we just going to make concessions just for Salah, then what's the point of bringing a player like Isak?
Exactly.
Like, I get your point where you said Salah scoring all the goals now, so bring another person to also score. That's the way we play right now. That will not help any other player at Salah's caliber, right? Yeah. The manager has to change things. There should be flexibility in the tactics to have option A, B, and C. So, okay, Salah, you're not the main guy right now. We're moving to this person today. Right now, we need the last.
He's not at that age either. Don't forget.
Exactly, he's not that on that age either. Yeah. And personally, I think that will give it will give him a more longevity to keep playing. Because if we're gonna run him like the way we run him this year, bro, he'll be done halfway through the season next year. Because remember, he's going to a World Cup. He's doing very well with Egypt right now.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think like if we get someone like Isak, right? Or even Alvarez, or whoever people want. You cannot play the way we're playing right now and think that you're going to get the best of them. There's no way I'm getting Isak and say run through the middle and go be a false nine. No, stay in the box.
Yeah.
And the first half we played against Arsenal was the most obvious way of telling people that we need
Mhm.
players who can stay in the box. Because when
Yeah.
Gakpo had the ball on the left side, he looked on the right, nobody was on the box. Salah
Funny
was
how
right.
funny how people are having got a Gakpo because of that. He tried. He
He
tried.
looked he looked
He
on the
wasn't.
right.
He wasn't slowing the game down like people were saying. It's
No,
just
no,
the
no, no,
fact
no,
there
no, no,
was no
no.
one in the box.
Nobody's in the box, and he can't keep trying to dribble everybody all the time. People think that, oh, nobody's in the box. Go at the defender, dribble him. This is not FIFA, people. Or what do they call it these days? FC.
EA
You know what I
Sport.
mean?
EA Sport. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying if we bring in a player like Frimpong, and some people are making the observation that possibly he will play as a winger,
You can. You can.
which he can, but Frimpong is not a dribbler that he can dribble past his players like like who are you saying, like Alaba or Davis can, right?
Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that type of player. He's a strong, pacey player where when you put the ball into space, he's gonna make any team, any defender into trouble.
Yeah.
So when he's coming in to cross the ball into the box. We need somebody or two to be in the box. And that is where I think the manager needs to start working on. For me, gone are the days when we used to have players, Mane, Salah, and scoring from those days are over, man. I'm sorry. Right now, I'm starting to look at Salah being as a number 10 or as a number 9. Because you put him there, he's still going to score.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
we tried Salah as a number 9 before, and it didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It takes away a lot from his game.
Yeah.
As long as he's fit and ready, what he like now, like what he's doing right now next season,
Yeah.
it will be all right. But the thing is like what you said, bro. You got to rotate the squad,
Yeah.
otherwise, players are going to burn out. Why haven't we? Why aren't we in the Champions League final right now? Because the players burned out. If we played PSG with the form that we did in the beginning of the season, we
Mhm.
would have beaten PSG. That's why I
Oh,
said
yeah.
after
Easy.
that. That's why I said after the PSG game. It took me a while to realize. I said I'm more optimistic about this game than people think, because
Mhm.
I don't think PSG beat us as well as people thought they did. Come on, we lost on penalty shootouts. A
Mhm.
fully fit Liverpool, if we had the squad like they did, resting squad, what PSG did is rest their team before they played us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then they come to the game and then they were already fresh. If we had something similar to that, we would have beaten
Oh, but
PSG.
check this out. They didn't play qualifying to get to the
Yeah.
quarterfinals, right? Did
They
they?
did. I think they did. I think they did. I think they
Okay.
played.
Because I was
They
gonna
played.
say,
Mm,
France Ligue 1 usually gets a break in Christmas.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
We
they
don't
get all sorts of breaks. We don't get breaks. You know what
we
I mean?
don't get breaks.
And as I said, if we had a fully fresh squad this
Mm-hmm.
season, I think we'll be like sitting on like a Champions League final and Premier League
Mm-hmm.
now.
I
I mean,
agree.
and we didn't have that, so we
No.
had to try our best in that game. We lost on
Yeah.
penalty shootouts. It is what it is, but we'll come back stronger next season. It's a learning curve, isn't it? It's a learning
Mm-hmm.
curve for the team and the manager. But as for Salah, bro, just leave him for where he is right now in the wings and just get a support, rest him more. Let him, like you said, rotate the squad more,
Mm-hmm.
because how was the big teams in the past successful? Because they used their players at the right times. If you look at Man City, how were they successful? How
Good
did they get
point.
the 4P? How did they
Mm-hmm.
get the 4P? Because they didn't play De Bruyne all the time. They didn't play
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Walker all the time. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
play, the Haaland all the time. There's certain times you could play them, but they always made sure they're right behind the leaders in the league. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 points is maximum they take. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, if the points goes further, they bring their
Mm-hmm.
best players back in. But if you look at Man City, they always brought back the
Yeah.
likes of Kyle Walker, the likes of De Bruyne, the likes of Haaland, whatever it is, on a consistent basis in the second part of the season. And that's why they used to run away with the league,
Yeah.
16 games unbeaten or whatever it is, they've always been unbeaten. So this is what you got to look at. This is what we got to do next season, and use the squad, in a way that we could compete for all competitions, not just, the Premier League on its own.
Yeah. No, that's definitely. And I see what you're saying. If you have Salah in the game, then you playing certain style. If Salah is not in the game, you playing certain style. So you got two
Yeah.
options of playing right there, which it could be you could start it that way or you could end the game that way.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I see that way if we decide to play that way. But I see a lot of people say we need a number 10, a creative number 10. People wants to move McAllister to the number 10.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we have Szoboszlai there because Szoboszlai covers for Salah defensively.
If I could come into that as well, like
You know what I
Salah
mean?
at the end of the season after the Tottenham game said he said they were talking to him, obviously Jamie Redknapp, I think
Yeah.
Sturridge, and obviously the reporter, forgot his name. They asked him like what's changed this season, and he said, I spoke to the head coach and I told him, if you let me stay up front and let me do less defending, I could get you more goals and I could get you more assists. What did Salah do this season? Got you more goals, got you more assists, and not only that, on top of that, which means the younger players around him have to sacrifice their game for the benefit of that. So everybody criticizes Szoboszlai's performances. I do sometimes. I get fed up with him, to be fair, sometimes. But when Salah said that, then I realized, you know, like when Gini Wijnaldum was an attacking midfielder, then he became a more holding midfielder, like a possession keeping midfielder. He sacrificed a lot for the team to win titles, and I think that's what our midfielders have done this season. Everybody knows Szoboszlai is better than what he's showing, but you know, this season wasn't a season for players to be, you know, themselves, you know, just to make up the numbers. It's like what I said to you before. I don't think Slot took a lot of risks on players to sacrifice the league this season. You know, you know what I mean? Because all the time we used to see Nunes playing, we don't win the games because we need to get, you know, prove people wrong. So this is what he's done this season with Szoboszlai. He made sure he's supporting the likes of Salah off the ball work as well as offensively, and this is why obviously Salah has performed to the levels that he has this season. If it makes sense what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. The thing is, that's why I said, if we are going for dominance, whatever everybody knew about Liverpool in the last 10 years, they should forget.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be your favorite player playing all the time. That includes Virgil too.
Yeah.
You know? So for us to be able to dominate, because from me, this summer, my whole key word is dominance. If I don't see the players that are coming out for that purposes, I'm going to lose my mind. Because that means we are just only going for one or two trophies. That's it. Either it's the league or Champions League, or that's it, right?
Yeah.
One big trophy and maybe hope for a second league trophy, one of those home trophies, right?
Yeah.
But I want the whole thing, right? We need to be going for winning both the league and the Champions League every season, right? It shouldn't be, oh, it just happened. No, it should be like this year was apparent that we could have won both trophies. Actually, 3 trophies if we had not gotten burned out. PSG, I mean, look how they played Arsenal. And we didn't play well. And we went to penalties. Right? They beat Arsenal twice.
Yeah.
Right? Aston Villa gave them a very good game. But
you know, that's funny. I was just about to come to that. Aston Villa have given them more of a game than Arsenal did.
Arsenal did. You know what I mean?
Donnarumma, how do you say his name? The goalkeeper?
Donnarumma.
Yeah, Donnarumma had a great game at Villa Park. Great game. If it's the other way around, you know what I mean? On another day, Aston Villa would have won that game.
The thing is, I think they underestimated Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They underestimated Aston Villa. Probably looked at their where they were on the table.
Yeah.
And thinking like, oh well, they are not doing well. And then they got shocked. 2 goals down. They were like, wait a minute. Right? So I think PSG is the most balanced team in Europe right now in terms of defense, midfield, and attack. I know Barcelona is trying to change football by doing kamikaze football. We're going to outscore you to win the game, which they've been doing. I mean, they've shipped the last 3 games they played, they've shipped almost 15 goals.
A lot of goals, yeah.
You know what I mean? Bringing in great defenders will not change it. You might drop 1 or 2 goals, but still they're going to ship a lot of goals. So, but defense always wins you championships. So, like I said, dominance is for me. If we get Frimpong, honestly, I'm going to say it again. He is not my number 1 option because honestly, I don't see who is the best right back out there right now. I know people are talking about bring Leverminto,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at it, I'm like, Frimpong will do the job. He will do well. But honestly, he may not be my first option. But I have started putting my mind around, say, okay, I see where Slot wants to go, right? Because he's multifaceted player. He can play wing,
Yeah.
he can play defense.
Yeah.
So I see that as okay. We are talking about Salah might take a break. Yeah, he can give Salah a break by playing the right
Yeah.
wing because he's
Yeah.
by trade, he's a wing back.
Yeah.
And a wing back usually do both sides. But we will see. I see where the manager is going. If Frimpong, rumors are he's the number one on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Then, but right now, my main focus on where I will see Liverpool dominance is coming from is two
Mm-hmm.
positions: the striker,
Mm-hmm.
out and out striker, not the forward. I'm not talking about a forward. I'm talking about out and out
Mm-hmm.
striker.
Mm-hmm.
When we get an out and out striker, then I know, okay, Liverpool mean business. The center
Yeah.
back, maybe, but I will let center back. And the reason why I said maybe is because I want to see what goes with Konate. If Konate
Yeah.
gets sold, then I'm like, okay, now the center back position is the priority. If he doesn't, and they're going to let him go for free,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have questions. If he, by the end of this summer, if he hasn't signed a contract, sell him in January. Even if
That's
you
what I
don't
said.
get the money you want, sell him.
Yeah.
Let him go wherever he wants. Sell him.
Yeah.
At least get some money. Get your money back. Get your 35 million back.
Learn from the Trent thing, innit?
Learn from the Trent thing going on. Right now, we don't have time. We're giving you 6 months to think about this. If you're not going to sign, thank you for what you've done. Peace out. But right now, a striker is my number one to let me know if we're going to dominate or not. Number two
Mm-hmm.
is a midfielder.
100%. 100%.
The midfielder we get, i.e., midfielder like a Baliba or even a Zubimendi type, I'm like, okay, Ancelot mean business.
I said that guy from Porto, the captain for Porto, Valera, I think that's his
Valera,
name.
yeah, he's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
watched him a few times. Yeah, I don't really watch a play. I don't watch outside Liverpool, but when I want to like watch players, I look into it properly. In it,
Yeah.
he's the one, bro. Yeah, it's like what I said about you told me about Alvarez and Isak. You said Isak can play as a number 10, but can Isak play at number 10 like with intelligence? That's what Alvarez offers. That's the difference between the two. With Valera in the DM position, I think he'll be phenomenal, man. What I see of him is he's got aggressive side of his game as well as finesse with it. And like he could play like long balls, like that can get you into attack and score goals as well. So I think Liverpool need to look into this guy. And Porto don't really ask for a lot of money for players. So imagine him and his international teammate and Gravenberch and Szoboszlai in that midfield interchanging throughout the season. That'd be sick, man. I'm telling you. And yeah, I looked at him. And he's a leader. You don't remember what Klopp used to do? Always buys captains. Always buys captains. So that's why you're always successful, because you buy players that could take your instructions.
Yeah.
So why not, man? Go for this guy and get him through the door, I say.
Yeah.
Valera is the one, man.
Yeah. And by the way, this is what is the...
He's a good player, this guy.
Yeah, this is why we heat up the internet between today and Friday, man. Apparently, people are saying that his people were in England today, between yesterday and today. And of course, rumors, if to be believed, he's talking to City. City are very, very interested because they believe that he is the replacement for KDB, right?
Wow.
But at the same time, Liverpool took a chance to talk to his people and see, hey, possibly if we because they know right now that his mind is set to go to Bayern. He's interested in playing in the EPL, but I think his mind is set for Bayern. And you know how Bayern does. And if he goes to Bayern, they're going to be deadly with what they got right now because Sunday is going to be sold. But what do you think about this gentleman here? Because if he's coming, that means Salah, his position is going to be possibly vacated for him.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He's more of a number 10, isn't he? Than in Salah's position. So I think
He
he's
plays both
more of a
sides.
he's more of a controlling kind of player than a goal scorer like Salah.
Yeah.
So and he's right-footed. I don't think he's left-footed. So there's no way he's going to be Salah's replacement. But listen, if Liverpool go for him, it's something for the future as well as the present. So listen, I'm all for it. Although like we have Szoboszlai and all that playing in that position at the moment, maybe did we ever think to ourselves maybe there is a lot of players going to be sold, like the likes of Harvey Elliott, the likes of Jones, I mean,
Bro,
Endo.
last time we had a show, I brought it up, especially after the Chelsea game, where I said a lot of players, that was their audition and they failed that audition.
They failed, man.
They failed that audition. Elliott be number one, and I think Elliott is gone. I tell you, there was rumors that Wolves are looking at him big time, right?
And you're gonna get a lot of money for them because they're young as well.
Oh yes, oh yes. Now this is where I keep telling people about my sources that today you saw all the Asian, all them guys came in and were making fun of me. I'm glad that you said he plays the number 10 also. That's why I said when he plays for Germany, I usually don't see he and Musiala playing at the same time. Usually Wirtz is coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Right? If Bayern is looking at Wirtz to go there, I'm sorry, Musiala hasn't signed that contract yet.
You're still holding on. You're still holding on.
I'm just saying because what's the name? Olise has the right side. Olise has taken that position.
He's good, man. Olise. I regret, saying he's not good enough for Liverpool. I did say that. Yeah, man, he's good. He's very good.
You know what I mean? Exactly, MK. So it was a preseason, and some of these players failed. I saw that Jones made it up against Arsenal, but he needs to keep playing to put so that the manager still sees him. Because if the manager goes blind on Jones, it's a wrap. But I'm just saying, my campaign, Musiala wants to leave. He's won everything in Bayern except Champions League. He and this guy, I don't see how a manager makes it work unless you're not going to push this guy to the right, like you just said. You're not putting him on the right for Salah, right? Olise has taken that right side. This is probably the first season he's played almost 90% of the season.
Yeah.
Right? So Olise is not going anywhere from Bayern. He's taking that position. Sané is being shipped out. And I think they also have another right side player too, who's very, very good. I'm just saying, Musiala or Wirtz, one of them might go to stay or go to Bayern, or one of them is coming out. City right now need this guy more than anybody else because City already have their front. The attack is set. They don't need any more attackers. They got Haaland, they got Mamouche, they got Foden, and then they got Savinho. That's 4 players.
Yeah.
They are looking for creative midfielders now. That's why they're going after that kid in AC Milan, who is very, very good in pockets. So if they don't get this kid, they're going for that guy, or they'll probably go for Book.
Would you take that? Would you take that kid at AC Milan? What's his name again? The kid?
Is it Yanis? Let me see. Somebody posted it in there. Let me find it. I won't mind having him, but the thing is, we already got Jones.
Jones has to go, man.
Now, if you say Jones is gone, somebody post his name. Somebody. If Jones is leaving, then yes, I'll take that kid from AC because he's crafty. He's really, really, really good, right?
Yeah.
He's at the cusp of ascendancy. He's not there yet. But like
the thing is with AC Milan, people don't understand is like Redbird are in charge of AC Milan. Redbird are
which is a Liverpool.
FSG. Yeah. So why aren't we having a relationship with them in regards to learning them players? Getting players the other way. Imagine we do something like that with AC Milan. What we could do, what damage we can cause in the future.
Right.
I mean, and listen. We should, if we're after that kid in AC Milan, we'll get him
Oh yeah,
first. We'll be
this
first
is
refusal. We'll be first
we'll
refusal.
probably get first. Yeah, Tijani.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Well, this is the thing. He is just like Turkey, and people, the rumors are also that Liverpool's going for Turkey. So the fact that we going for those type of players tells me,
Reinders, okay.
you see what I mean? That means we are looking for an out and
Are you talking
out.
about this guy? Are you talking about this guy on there?
Yeah, Tijani
Reinders. You're
Rendes.
talking about the Holland player. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is way better than Xavi Simons that everybody thinks we should get, right? So that means we are looking for a tricky player like Coutinho type, which is Turkey, Tijani, and even Verts. Yeah. That means the manager is looking at Szoboszlai as a possibly DM.
I don't know about that, man. I don't even know if Szoboszlai would take that position, to be fair, man.
Oh, he he played it this year.
No, he can, but I think he's more of a number 10. Like, I think next season, I'm expecting Szoboszlai next season to be released, to his normal position, which is your creativity.
But that's if are you gonna tell Salah not to play? The only way
the thing is, the reason we actually did that this season is because we haven't got the depth. You know what I mean? That's why we accommodated this kind of formation and played with the same 11. But next season we will have the depth. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting the players, to be, showing their ability next season instead of like playing the, second best to Salah. So imagine like everybody else start performing in a high level and being rotated in the squad at the same time, getting plenty of rest. We could, do a lot of stuff, bro. Could do a lot of stuff. I think don't underestimate that. And,
no, I agree with that. But the thing is, Fuzzy, this is the power a lot of people, not that they don't like Salah, the criticism of
he's getting old, bro. He's not getting younger.
Exactly. The formation and the tactics. Like Salah said, don't let me go back and I'll give you more assistant goals.
And he did.
But that means we have to sacrifice somebody.
But the thing is, next season, he doesn't need to do that. That's the difference. The reason he said that this season, because we haven't got the depth. You know what I mean? The first 11.
Right, but if he's going to play...
Go on.
I was going to say, if he's going to be on his preferred position, you need a number 10 like Szoboszlai who's going to do that doggy work to cover. You're going to shift people to the right? So that there's a coverage on that side.
This is why I'm saying, like, this is why we need a DM. If we have a proper DM that can, accommodate, everything around the defense, we'll be fine. I mean, the reason we get a lot of attacks down the middle is because we haven't got a proper DM. I'm not saying shaft Gravenberch and get rid of him. I'm saying Gravenberch needs support in that midfield.
Exactly.
So if we get someone that's more than capable that can step into the centre back position with the other two, then it spreads out the wings, doesn't it? So it will be a lot of attacks. If do you get what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Like if you
it makes sense. But check this out though. Let me throw a spanner into your theory here. If you get a DM, just like Red Armchair saying, our DM will be in the team of the year, right? If we get a DM now, guess what? McAllister has to play number 10.
Yeah, interchange.
You see what I'm saying?
Rotate, bro.
Because now you have McAllister on number 10.
The most important thing about McAllister and Gravenberch and Szoboszlai is, like you said earlier, you came with that point. You could play them anywhere. You could play them anywhere. They could play out wide. They could play in midfield. McAllister can play in defensive midfield. He could play as an attacking midfielder. Gravenberch can play as a defensive midfielder as well as a central midfielder as well. So they could rotate. I mean, they could go all around. Imagine having all that, Swiss Army knife players around the team. You could dominate, bro.
But at the same time, don't you think we also
the issue? The depth is
the issue, but we need specialists. We need specialists. Yeah, that's true. But let me answer Red Armchair supporter. He said, "Why change a winning strategy? Usually you don't.
Add on to it. No.
Usually you don't. In this case, Liverpool football top world-class footballers cycle are winding down, and you need an up-and-coming players who are on the cups of becoming a world-class players, or they are like 1 year away, right? So that's why it's not like we changing it. Like Fazi say, we add into it, and we need to you need to update. How do you say it? Like just like your cell phone.
Upgrade.
You got to upgrade. You got to upgrade it. Otherwise, if you don't, you this is football.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Right? This is
like
football.
Salah and Van Dijk have 2 years left, right? Isn't
Yeah.
this the perfect? I don't know if they're gonna sign a contract after that. It's highly unlikely. Let's just put it that way, guys. Yeah. Isn't this the perfect time to find their replacements, if you know what I mean, and have them there under their tutelage, and then as soon as they leave, they'll be taking over, and it's like a transition, like an easy transition. Like you're taking over, and because you've already been there, you learn from the likes of Van Dijk and Salah. That's what we could be. That's what we should be doing now, in my opinion. 2 years, get the players that's going to replace them, learn under them. And then it'll be an easy transition to the future as well. And then we don't have to worry. Because, like, if we have to panic replace them, that means a lot of money has to be spent. And as you know, Quasi, and something FSG don't do.
They don't do that.
Yeah, just get the players through the door this summer. And make sure it's players that's going to... But 2 of them have to be players that's going to replace these 2.
That's right.
In the next 2 years.
Yeah, shout out, big up to Anfield Irishman. He's gonna be having his show later on today. Please put your channel in the chat so we can promote it. So please, people, go check him out. He's having the team of the season.
Let's go, Irishman.
Yes, sir. Because it's gonna be a great show. He said Grab is 22, not 40. Grab is not the one that we worried about.
No, I'm not worried about Grab.
We don't worry about Grab. We talking about our work.
Me and Quasi were the ones who were still supporting Gravenberch
when people said we should kick him out. Yep. Grab is not the one we worry about. We got world-class players, i.e. Salah, Virgil. Actually, not world-class, elite, because they top 3 in their position, right? Those players are coming down in their football cycle. And those are the ones that we need to start getting players that are going to make them better so they can still play at a high level without us burning them out.
Exactly, man.
So that's why we're talking about updating and upgrading certain positions or even tweaking certain positions. We can't keep playing the same way. You see what happened to City.
Yeah.
City is struggling. I mean, they finally made it, but at one point, people thought that you're not going to see them in the top 4.
Quasi, how many years have I been saying since we've known each other about how important Kyle Walker is for that team and that defense?
Cheat code. And when he got weaker and when he left, look at what happened to them.
Look at Diaz, look at Akanche, look at Ake, look at Guardiola. Look at all these defenders that were supposedly the best defenders in the world. Diaz used to show his muscles every time. Oh, I could do this. Now without Kyle Walker, Diaz looks like an ordinary defender. He doesn't even look anything world class.
Yeah. Irishman
always showing his muscles and all that. Now get lost, man. You ain't Van Dijk.
You know what I mean? He's an Irishman. He will sell his kidney to get words. Okay, Irishman. Quiz. Verts or Musiala? Which one do you want?
I can't believe Quad.
Don't think about
Musiala, man.
Don't think about it. I want it right away. Come on. Quick answer. Quick answer, Irishman. We need it right now. The man said he's going to sell his dog, which I think he loves very much, and his kidneys. Basically, no more BS for him for the rest of his life. He's going to be on dialysis for the rest of his life. Oh, my God. Shout out to all my people who are on dialysis, man. I'm praying for you guys.
Yeah, man.
He said he wants words. Okay. Hey, respect. I want Musiala, man. Musiala, I'm telling you, Musiala. You see, Lamela is taking a lot of shine away from Musiala. And for the life of me, I don't get it why he is in Bayern and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
He needs to come to Liverpool. I'm telling you, Musiala needs to come to Liverpool. Musiala comes to Liverpool, everybody's going to be like, Lamela versus Musiala. I promise you, because we know the media wants to make it again versus Mbappe and the Barca and Madrid thing. We need to break that thing. We need to break that.
Zidane, Ronaldo, Zidane.
Yeah, Messi, Ronaldo, that kind of stuff. We need to break that. But I would take Wirtz. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him, but I'm just saying if you give me the option. And Fuzzy, think fast. Wirtz versus Musiala, who you take?
Musiala all day long, man.
Thank you so
I
much.
don't know much about Verts, but I've
Yeah.
always liked Musiala.
Oh, okay. What's the name? MK2 said he wants words. He looks like the new Modric.
Wow, that says a lot.
That's a lot. And big up to Irishman again. This is his channel, people. Please go support him, go subscribe, and like his show. 6 p.m. today, British time, man. Go check him out. I want to see that. I want to see that. He said this team of the season. You better not put any Arsenal players in there. I swear to God.
Well, Igal ain't saying much anymore, my brother.
Gal is throwing spaghetti on the wall to hope anything sticks.
The guy was on the football terrace crying about, how Liverpool fans are behaving. He's gone from like we're going to win the league title to Liverpool fans getting a banner out with the Arteta wearing a dress. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That man has lost it. He has lost it at this point, right? No, that's good.
Come on, man.
It's good to see Arsenal fans now being humble. Now, every argument they want to bring up, it gets fall off the sideways because it's like, what are you arguing about? You better pray you don't come in third or fourth in the season that you were the champion.
Supposed to win the league title.
You're supposed to win the league title. You were competing for the league and you end up fourth or third. Yeah, you pray for that. These people.
Oh man, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
Oh,
I've always said it, Quasi. Just keep quiet. That's
right now I'm enjoying it. I'm on vacation like the players.
That's the best medicine for football. Just keep quiet. Don't
keep
say
quiet.
Anything, because when you're putting your players in a pedestal like they're world class level, you know what I mean? There's no one next to them and all that stuff. Well, you put pressure on your players, and that's what these fans did. And now the players have failed again for the fifth season. So they could buy anyone next season, bro. It's not going to make any difference. They needed a striker this season. They failed in that.
Let's see if they get a striker.
Even if they get a striker, it's still going to be tough for them next season. In my opinion.
This is the thing.
This was the season. This was the season they needed a striker.
Now you got a striker, no excuse.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, people, thank you so much for being in the building with your boy. I appreciate Fuzzy for joining me. Oh man, thank you, brother. I appreciate all the people. Irishman football, please, people, go support him later on today. He has his show coming up. Please go check him out. Subscribe, and of course, Fuzzy, your channel. What is it again?
Oh, it's LFC Rest Forever channel, guys. If you wanna hear more of me, I'm on there, man. I'm back on every time now. So if you wanna come and see me, but it's all about Quasi, guys. Hit that like and subscribe to Quasi's channel, man, because we always have a good debate in here. We have a good conversation. So yeah, support everybody, man.
Thank you. Big up to ManDem. We appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy yourself. Football. We on vacation right now, so as you see, Fuzzy, he's like in California somewhere, hiding in San Diego somewhere. So big up to ManDem. Please hit the like, hit the like button. Please share, subscribe. Fuzzy, Quasi Bold. We out. Hey.